Hey guys, it's Coffee. Welcome back to Asagao Academy. So, earlier on, I mentioned that I narrowed my choices down to, the top 3, but I was having such a good time in the last route, honestly, that I decided that I'd probably just play through all of my 3 choices anyway. So, the next one down the list would be Jared's route for me. I'm honestly just really curious to see how that affects our relationship with Mai, if at all, and it seems like just a really fun choice. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
Jared.
I watched Mai through my eyelashes. Oh. Her eyes widened and she looked away for a minute. I'm sorry, Mai. No, Hana, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry at all. Of course you'd fall for him. Jared is the most attractive man that has ever walked this earth. You probably have a way better chance at being with him than I ever did anyways. You actually talked to him. You do, too. Mai shook her head and held up a hand. No, it's better this way. Wow, I'm already feeling terrible. Well, go on.
What?
Go on and get your man. Wait, you mean now?
Yeah!
Mai hit me on the back and practically shoved me towards the door. As I began to leave, my legs turning to jelly, small pink blobs filled my vision. What? Go! Mai was tossing cherry blossom petals over my head. Go get Senpai to notice you! Mai. She gave me a lopsided smile.
You're my best friend.
You're more important to me than any dumb boy, Hana. You're my best friend. Mai blurred as tears filled my vision. Mai, thank you. Mai beamed at me.
Yeah!
No time to talk, Hana. This is going to be your big day. You're a main character. Unless you messed up real badly, you'll definitely get a good answer. I've messed up a lot, though. Just go! With a final shove, I was out the door. Now, where would I find him? It's okay, Hana. You can do this. I'd been standing in front of Jared's door for 7 minutes. My knees kept trembling and my hands were sweating. But I had to do it. There was no way I could go back and face Mai if I didn't, especially after she gave me her support. That was it then. I turned and walked back to the beginning of the hall. I just walk up and, in one swift motion...
Hey!
Hey man, what do you think about adding an extra dungeon?
Hana!
I forgot to knock on the door! Jared, sitting at his desk, hastily shoved whatever he was reading under it and stood to face me. What exactly are you doing here? Will you go to the flower festival with me? My teeth were almost chattering with how much I was stuttering. Jared stood for a moment, his head cocked to the side. Wait, you're... Oh. He flipped his hair, in an instant restored to complete assurance. Of course I'll go to the festival with you. In fact, I was planning on asking you myself.
Really?
But this is even better. It was brave of you to ask me out, Hana. I know I can be... He stepped closer. Intimidating. No, not at all.
Really?
Really, thank you. I'm impressed. My legs shook again, this time for an altogether different reason. How about we meet tomorrow at 2? I've got something I want to show you.
Yeah.
Sure, that sounds great.
Bye.
Then I must beg your leave, milady. I have to return to what I was working on before.
See you later.
Of course. Goodbye. I dashed out the room and leaned against the wall with a sigh. I can't believe he was going to ask me. A dull thud came from inside the room. Probably his drawer. Come to think of it, what was he working on before I came in? Something about an extra dungeon? I shook my head. It was none of my business. I had a date to prepare for. I woke up late the next morning, the day of the flower festival. I was buzzing with anticipation, but because of that it took me forever to wake up. Now it was almost noon, and I rubbed my eyes as I arose.
Hana.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Good morning. You slept even later than I did. That's impressive, Hana. I sat up in bed and something on the edge of my desk caught my eye.
Hey!
What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, that? A letter for you. Came in the mail this morning, so I just said it. I scrambled out of bed and into my desk chair, ripping open the letter. Whoa, jeez, calm down. It's not going anywhere. Turning away from her, I started to read. Okay, so I guess this part's the same. Maybe. Little Blossom, how have you been doing these past few weeks? Sorry I haven't found the time to write. Your pa's been working hard lately, and I seem to go right to sleep when I get home. I know things were difficult for you here, and I only hope that you're having a better time where you are now. It isn't the same without you here. I miss your cheeriness, and watching TV with you, and most of all your pink hair bobbing around the kitchen. Hana, I know you feel bad about the pressure this must be putting on me, but don't. I do this because I love you. There's nothing I want more in this world than your happiness. I miss you, Hana. Be strong. Your Papa. My hands trembled. Tears filled my eyes. I hadn't written to him since arriving at Asagao. As many times a day as he crossed my mind, I'd just been busy with other things. He must be worried sick, and from the sound of things, he was also depressed. I missed my father. I missed my home. I missed helping him. If I wasn't around to cook him breakfast, he almost never ate. He kept saying it was fine, but he was getting older. Without Mom to take care of him. Hana, are you okay? I wiped my eyes on my sleeve. Yeah, I'm fine. I miss my dad. I picked up a pencil and paper and began to write, trying hard to block out the tears. Eventually, Mai turned to her own work and let me be. Dad, I'm doing really great here. This has been the best change of my life. I have a best friend, and I might join a club. I even have a date. You sacrificed so much to bring me here. I know I hardly give you any choice with the way things were going. I was spoiled and ungrateful, but you always did whatever was necessary for me. I miss you so much, but thank you. I know this was a huge sacrifice. Please eat well and take care of yourself. Remember, 2 glasses of water in the morning and 1 before bed. And have breakfast. Scrambled eggs are easy to make. draw a smiley face on them in ketchup, just like I would if I was there. I send my love through that, so make sure you do it. I miss you. And tell Mom happy birthday. Later, I emerged into the sunlight in my yukata, feeling somewhat self-conscious. Apparently, it wasn't normal to go to the festival in a yukata, but Mai insisted I wear one. I asked what she was doing for the festival, and she didn't quite respond. Oh, you know, I've got plans. I didn't really buy it, though. Yeah, I don't really either. She probably wanted to go with Jared. I shifted nervously on the steps in front of the dorm. Where was Jared? Was it possible he stood me up? It was a crisp spring day. The birds were chattering in the trees, and the sunlight bouncing off the cement walkway lifted my spirits. A breeze wafted through the air, carrying with it a brief hint of the ocean, and something else. Ham.
Hana!
Oh, hey, he's wearing the blue shirt. That's actually a really nice touch. I like that. Jared appeared from around the corner, somewhat disheveled. He smiled brightly at me, his teeth glinting in the light. I'm so sorry I'm late. Not at all.
You're perfect.
You look beautiful. Not many could pull off a yukata so purple. Yet with you, it only brings out your beauty. Oh, you're just saying that. Together, we make the most attractive pair Asagao has ever seen. And I would know I keep track of that stuff. So, what are we going to do today? I wanted to show you something. Have you been off campus yet? No, I've been so busy I kind of forgot the rest of the world existed. Great. Well, not great, but I've got something to show you. Come on. He held his hand out for me to take. Blushing, I grabbed it, and he gently led me away from the dorm and into campus. His hand was warm, long and thin. I didn't expect it, but my hand was so tiny that his practically engulfed mine. But there was something about them. They felt intricate and exacting, like an artist's hands. We met? Jared was looking at me expectantly.
What?
Wait, what? What did you think of me when we first met? We weren't even 5 minutes into the festival and he was already asking me this question? When we first met, Jared was the first person I met when I came to Asagao, wasn't he?
Well...
Oh, that kind of makes this route serendipitous, doesn't it? I like that, that's interesting. Well, you were the most beautiful person I'd ever met. You were also the first Asagao student I ever met. I was absolutely terrified of coming here, and I was terrified of you. So scared I could hardly remember anything about meeting him. You remembered my name. You figured out my name, and I didn't get yours. Of course I remembered your name. I was struck by you. I'm sorry? I can't really put my finger on it. He rubbed his hand across his forehead, deep in thought. I'm not used to not being able to explain things. This is weird. Okay. You know when you have a cute little puppy? And when it's in front of you, it's the most captivating, magnificent creature you've ever seen. You just want to watch it and cuddle it and make sure no one steps on it. It was kind of like that. Except that you're a girl, not a puppy, and you don't need me to keep people from stepping on you. Anyways, I was working on something at the time, and I couldn't stay focused, so I had to talk to you. What were you working on? He avoided my eyes, instead turning to a point on a tree that we were passing. Do you see that? Yes, it is a tree. These trees are really smart. They only bloom after the last snow of the season has fallen. How does it know that? He sighed, staring wistfully at the trees. Some things are not meant for us to know. Wow, how poetic, thank you. Jesus. Jeez, got it. I won't ask about what you were working on again. We left campus, but instead of heading for the nearby train station, Jared led me towards the empty field. Oh, I've been here before. Good. I was getting worried about that you were a recluse, but I know there's something you haven't seen. He pulled me to the left. On the very edge of the field was a long tree line, and Jared led me straight towards it. This was weird. Rather, Jared was weird. He was still his flamboyant self, but he seemed to have toned it down a lot. I wasn't sure what did it, but it wasn't what I expected. Not that it was bad. Being surrounded by Jared's intensity for a number of hours seemed like it would wear me out quickly. But I was confused. We entered the trees, creeping over shrubs and fallen logs. A brown path was worn into the ground from someone, Jared, walking it, but it had fallen into slight disrepair as the weeds were struggling to consume it again. Was he the only one who knew about this place? People always said that they had a private place, but usually it wasn't actually private. Jared stopped in front of me and I bumped into his back. We're here. Where? Looking around, there were just trees. Then Jared stepped aside. Look. Oh my goodness. This is the secret place. At least, I hope it is. I don't tell people about it. The flowers here are the most beautiful I've ever seen. I think it's because the soil here is allowed to go through its natural cycles. Things die in it, they decompose, the flowers get to eat. And the flowers die in winter, just like everything else here. But in spring, they bloom again, and each year they're more vibrant. They pop open and sing to the skies, sweet melodies of light and water and sundrops. Oh, never mind. They're just really pretty flowers. I giggled. You seem to know a lot about flowers. To my utter surprise, Jared blushed. Yeah, I do. He didn't say anything else. A strange tension hung in the air. Did I say something wrong? No, not at all. I'm just really bad at talking about myself. Really? Because that doesn't seem to be the case. I never know exactly what I want to say. Something about that phrasing confused me, but Jared continued before I could figure out what. My family owns a school for the traditional Japanese arts.
Really?
He stuck his hand in his pocket and looked away from me. He didn't seem too pleased to be discussing this. We're masters of all the traditional arts. Tea ceremonies, flower arrangement, kabuki theater, dance. Oh, well, that explains the artist's hands description. Old families send their kids to us to be cultured, and girls from all over of Japan get sent to learn how to be good women. You don't seem the type. I flinched, not expecting his sudden aggression. The more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Jared was good at many things, but more than that, he was poised, charismatic, and elegant. The first thing you thought when you saw him was how much of an impact his presence made, not how intelligent he was. He was beautiful. Almost like he was sculpted by an artisan. It only just now occurred to me that perhaps he really had been. Is that why you're at Asagao? He sighed. Only the best for me. You don't know how much talking it took to get my mom to send me here, or to let me start modeling. I whistled. Jared looked at me warily. Oops. I didn't know what to say, so instead I turned back to the flowers. The sun was getting kind of hot. It was beaming straight down onto my neck, and a single sweat drop rolled down my back and melted into the band of my obi. I shuddered. Well, would you like to keep walking? There are a few other nice places I could take you.
Yeah.
Sure. Anything to dispel this awkwardness. So, tell me about yourself. How do you get into Asagao? I laughed nervously. Well, I'm a scholarship student. There's no way my father and I would be able to manage the costs by ourselves. He raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. I'm not even sure how I passed the interview process. Most of the kids here are either rich like Mai, or smart like Satch, or incredibly talented like you. It slipped out without me realizing. Jared beamed at me. Why, thank you, my dearest lady. You're welcome. There. That was it. That weird, highfalutin speech he got. He hadn't been talking like that until just now. Why? I can already tell this is going to be like that cliche of like the popular guy with hidden depths, maybe? Maybe that's what this route is going to be. I don't know. There was no one around us. We were just walking in the empty field. I didn't understand, but there was no way I was going to ask why. Not after the awkwardness we just went through. Well, what are your dreams? My dreams. Yeah, what do you want to do after you leave Asagao? I couldn't remember the last time I had a dream, or an overarching goal. I mean, it's okay. You're still in high school. You can figure that out. When I was little, I had some. A nurse, an actress, a writer, a vet. All the usual things a child could want to be. But at some point when I was growing up, I lost that part of me. When did that? I stopped walking. Jared immediately stopped too, looking at me in concern. So you don't know? Well, what? Oh, no. I don't. I stopped thinking about the future after... That's okay. Me neither. No? You? But you're... you! Yeah, I'm me. He scratched his neck and looked away. He didn't go on, either. Are you not going to explain?
Yeah.
Do you actually want to hear this? He said it with more force than I expected. I mean, why else would we ask? He turned to face me, eyes shining. Do you? Yes, that's why I asked. What was going on with him? Was he always like this? No, he wasn't. He was usually so much. And now he was being much, but he was being a very different kind of much. My mother wants me to inherit the Institute, of course. There's no one but me to do it. I'm not so sure. I think I'd rather go into entertainment.
Really?
That's so cool. He chuckled. Is it? There's not a good likelihood I'll end up in anything more than a few commercials, maybe small-town plays, and some restaurant in Osaka. With your looks? No. I'm being practical. You're being dumb. You're usually so confident. You have absolute faith in yourself. Why now? Why not now? With this. If it were anyone else, you'd tell them to keep going until they made it happen, right? Well, same here. If you work hard enough, and are good enough, and don't give up, you'll definitely make it. I believe that. He passed through a surprising mixture of emotions before my eyes. Eventually, he sighed again. You're right. I should just believe in myself. And maybe you'll figure out exactly what you want to do too. Yeah. We remained in thoughtful silence as he led me up to the steps of the dorm. We paused in front of the door, and I wanted to whack myself with my own obi. I wasn't sure how it happened, but I really botched things up. I mean, I don't think it was that bad. Like, we got to know him a little bit, and I think that's what dates are for. This was probably one of the most awkward dates I'd ever been on. He'd ever been on, sorry. Well, here we are. Yep, here we are. Suddenly, he jumped back away from me. What? 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 Nothing. I'd love to be able to spend more time with you, but I have something I need to practice for. I stared at him, and he waved his hand in the way he had. Oh, that's right. I'm pretty sure Gerard mentioned that Jared performs sometimes. So, yeah. I believe it. Don't worry, you'll find out about it soon enough.
Hana?
He clasped my hand in his. Thank you so much. He was staring into the depths of my soul, as if I did him a huge service. You're welcome? Was hanging out with Jared always going to be this weird? Really, I mean it. I love this. You don't know how much it means to me. I guess not.
Bye.
Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye. He let go of my hands and dashed off, a small cloud of dust trailing at his feet. Well, that was a fun date, all in all. I think. By the time I got back, the sun was setting. Oh, my. Maya was lying on her bed facing the wall. Uh-oh. She was already in her PJs. Didn't she say she was going to the festival with someone else? Hana, you're back already? The festival's still going. Yeah. We were just together for the day. Jared said he had some other stuff to work on. Oh, I see. Did you not go? I heard some shuffling from her bunk. I went, but I left pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't think I believe that. You know, once you've been to one, you've been to them all. Plus, I didn't want to get roped into helping Miss Shizuka sell flowers. She's been crazy ever since her boyfriend broke up with her. Another one. Yeah. An awkward silence filled the room. I really wanted to talk with her about what happened. I felt like I was going to explode, but maybe that wasn't a good idea. I crawled into my bed. Mai said it was alright, but she liked Jared for a while. It was kind of her to let me go to the festival with him, but I guess it would have been unreasonable for her to do otherwise. That's true. She was trying to be supportive. Wouldn't it? Or should I not have gone? Rustling came from above me. Mai's hair appeared from over the side of her bunk.
Hiya.
A pair of lively green eyes blinked at me. So, how did it go? It was amazing. A second too late, I realized I should probably restrain myself. I mean, you know, he's a cool guy, and I've never been on a date before. So it was pretty interesting. He's very suave. Isn't he?
He's so cute!
And he's so beautiful. Really, there's no other person I could approve of him dating. If it wasn't you, I'd probably kill her. Oh, well, that's only kind of terrifying. The anger behind her voice made me question whether it was really a joke. But we're not officially dating yet, you know? Yeah. I suppose you could have messed it up badly enough that he'd never want to see you again. That's probably why he hovered around and walked you back. So you noticed. It smells like him. I self-consciously smell myself, getting nothing but the scent of smoke. How could she smell it from there? Even I couldn't smell it. Oh, Hana, my adorable friend, finally finding a man who understands how wonderful you are. I'm glad you had fun. If you didn't... She pounded her fist menacingly. No, it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. What all did you do? I filled her in on the date. The flowers, the conversation, and Jared's compliments. Mai whistled. He is suave as hell. I told you. This is a call for a celebration. Hana, we have to celebrate. Let's go for ice cream soon.
Yeah.
Sure. What a good friend she was. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go shower. I definitely mind. I want to smell you forever. You're the worst. The halls and bathrooms were completely barren of girls. It seemed like everyone was out at the festival with friends or boyfriends. Did Mai really go? I don't think so. Yeah. Something told me she hadn't. I got back to the room, humming quietly to myself. I hung my towel in the closet, and I turned to ask Mai what she did at the festival. But when I saw her... Oh no. Are you okay? She noticed me looking at her. Hey, I'm gonna go to bed. Alright? Yeah, okay. I'll turn in too. I turned off the light and crossed the room, curling into bed. Mai wasn't okay with this after all. But even after knowing how sad Mai was, I was still happy that he asked me instead of her. Jared was a wonderful guy, for more reasons than his irresistible attractiveness. Most people probably couldn't tell, but there was something deeper in Jared, something genuine trying to get out. Mai shifted above me and pang struck my heart. As sad as she was, I couldn't deny that I was happy. And that only made me feel worse. Okay, chapter 2. So this looks like a good place to leave off for now. This route is already so different from Shane's. Like, it feels so strange that, that the guy we like is already, showering us with compliments. At least compared to, Shane being so distant and the whole pink hair problem. But yeah, so I knew this would definitely complicate our relationship with Mai. So I'm really interested to see how that goes too. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.